We are stepping back in time to April 1912, to a world of boundless optimism and dreams of the future. In the shipyards of Belfast, Ireland, something magnificent is taking shape, the largest moving object ever created by human hands. They call her Titanic, a floating palace, a symbol of mankind's triumph over nature itself. For months, the world has watched her grow. 15,000 men working day and night, hammering steel, forging a legend. April 10th, 1912, Southampton, England. The day has finally arrived. Passengers gather at the White Star Line terminal. First class, second class, third class, each with their own dreams of what awaits in America. We are walking through the crowds now, the air thick with coal smoke and anticipation. Can you hear the steam whistles? There she is, 882 feet of steel and ambition, dwarfing everything around her. Passenger gangways line the side. Stewards in crisp white uniforms welcome travelers aboard. This is the ship of dreams. Let's step inside, into a world that defies belief. The grand staircase, hand-carved oak, wrought iron, a glass dome overhead, filtering soft light onto every polished surface. First-class passengers glide through corridors that rival the finest hotels in Europe. Marble, mahogany, crystal chandeliers. The Café Parisien, where one could almost forget they're at sea. Wicker chairs, ivy trellises, the illusion of a sidewalk in France. But this floating city holds more than luxury. Below decks, in third class, families huddled together, hope carried in worn suitcases. On the well deck, children play, women hang laundry, men smoke pipes and talk of the new world waiting across the Atlantic. April 11th, we've left Southampton behind, crossing the English Channel toward Cherbourg, France. The ship's engines throb with steady power, 29 boilers, feeding 2 massive steam engines, pushing us forward at 22 knots. On deck, the wealthy promenade in their finest, furs, silk, diamonds catching the afternoon light. Captain Edward Smith stands on the bridge, veteran of the sea. This is to be his final voyage before retirement. April 12th, Queenstown, Ireland, our final stop before the vast emptiness of the Atlantic. We watch from the rails as Ireland grows smaller. For many aboard, this is the last glimpse of home they'll ever see. Now, only ocean, endless, hypnotic. The ship cuts through black water under stars that seem close enough to touch. In the first-class smoking room, gentlemen discuss business over brandy and cigars. Leather chairs, wood paneling, the scent of privilege. The ship's orchestra plays in the reception room. Violin, cello, piano, ragtime melodies floating through elegant halls. April 14th, Sunday. The water is unnaturally calm, glassy, a mirror reflecting the afternoon sun. Wireless operators receive ice warnings, ships ahead reporting field ice and bergs. The messages are noted, but not with urgency. Afternoon becomes evening, the temperature drops. Passengers retreat indoors to warmth and light and the comfort of routine. In the dining saloon, dinner is served, 7 courses, crystal, silver, conversations about everything except the cold growing outside. 11:40 p.m. Lookout Frederick Fleet stands in the crow's nest. No moon, no binoculars, just his eyes against the darkness. And then he sees it, a black shape against black water, enormous, impossible to avoid. The ship turns, too late. The berg scrapes along the starboard side, below the waterline, a sound like distant thunder. Most passengers don't even feel it. The impact is almost gentle, a vibration, nothing more. But below, seawater rushes in. Captain Smith and the designer Thomas Andrews inspect the damage. 6 compartments flooding. The mathematics are brutal. The ship is doomed. Midnight, officers begin waking passengers. Put on your life belts. Proceed to the boat deck, just a precaution. No one believes it's serious. On deck, the lifeboats are uncovered. There are 16 wooden boats, 4 collapsible. Capacity for 1,178 people. There are 2,224 souls aboard. The first boats are lowered half empty. No one wants to leave the warmth and light for a small boat on the freezing Atlantic. The ship's bow sinks lower. The stern rises. The tilt becomes unmistakable now. Panic begins to replace confusion. The orchestra plays on. Ragtime has given way to hymns, Nearer My God to Thee, music floating over dark water. 2:18 a.m. The lights flicker, then fail. Darkness swallows everything. The stern rises higher, nearly vertical now, and then she slips beneath. The unsinkable ship sinking. 2 hours and 40 minutes after the collision. The lifeboats drift in darkness, voices crying out from the water. Gradually, silence. 4 a.m. Rockets arc into the sky. The Carpathia has come. Rescue for some. 705 survivors are pulled from the boats, wrapped in blankets, faces blank with shock. 1,517 are gone. The wreck lies 2.5 miles down, in absolute darkness, frozen in time. The grand staircase, the engines, the hull, silent witnesses to the end of an era. For decades she remained lost, a grave, a legend, a warning about hubris and ice and fate. Today, the Titanic rests beneath the North Atlantic, slowly dissolving into the sea that claimed her. But the stories remain, the dreams, the lives cut short. 1,517 souls, each with a name, a story, a future that never came. April 15th, 1912, the day the unsinkable sank, the day the 20th century lost its innocence. The ship of dreams became a ship of ghosts.